His name is John C.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Juice, Danny, and what perfect time. That's crazy. We actually didn't time that. That is awesome timing, Matt.
Right on cue.
That was great. I'm so happy that happened. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the start of the show, buddy.
I don't know what happened. But you're welcome.
No, we were introducing.
Nope.
What happened?
We can thank him later, as
there
they
we
say.
go. Sorry, we were introducing, and as I was introducing your name, you popped onto the screen. It was just great timing. Sorry about that. We're doing some technical difficulties over here, and I got distracted. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a great night. This is part 2 of the worst wrestler of all time. If you were here last week, you saw our round 1 results. We got our 64 down to 32 superstars. If you weren't here last week, I posted a bunch of the tournament brackets online. Hopefully you were able to see them. If not, you'll see the matchups tonight. It's going to be a great one. How are you guys feeling after last week?
Oh boy, let me tell you, getting Nigel through was big for me. I'm very excited. I'm upset about Danhausen, but we move on.
No, Danhausen, how dare you?
I'm pretty fired up. I feel like the best part about last week is that we really didn't even scratch the surface that much and dive into these actual wrestlers. So I think tonight will be a good chance to really break into more of like what we each think of when we think of the worst wrestler. We didn't really touch on that either. I feel like,
yeah,
it's easy to be like, oh, they suck, I hate them, but like, what makes you kind of tick in that way of like, again, what's the worst kind of wrestler? So something I'm looking forward to tonight when we dive in.
Yeah, I feel like last week we focused more on just getting through the first round. There was so many, we've done those so much in the past, and this week we get to really like I was saying on the podcast on Tuesday on the episode, was that one thing I'm very excited about looking at the brackets is that we didn't get a Nails versus Mr. McMahon matchup this round. If we hadn't voted through Omos and we voted through Nails, it would have been Nails versus Mr. McMahon, which, I mean, that's just a whole story in and of itself that would have been great to go back on and talk about.
Yeah, well, you guys didn't vote through Hornswoggle, so you know what? You lose that, I lose that. So,
Just a reminder for our fans at home, both Juice and Matt have used their vetoes in round 1, leaving just myself with a veto for round 2. I can only use it in round 2 tonight, not further than that. For our listeners at home and for people in the chat, if you guys want a veto tonight, you can also only do it in round 2. So if you're trying to do a veto, I would get your subscription now. You can either sub as you normally would, or if you have an Amazon Prime account, you could do it for free, which means it costs you nothing and it still gives us money. Go on gaming.amazon.com and use your free sub through Amazon Prime. Thank you so much.
So do it.
Do it. And if you want to see last week's episode, below is the link tree. Please click on the link tree below. Check our YouTube. Check our Twitch. Anything else that you need to check?
Down where? Down there.
Down there.
Maybe check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
I mean, that's.
Like
Listen, we talked about it last week. This week, Matt's already bringing it. This is about bringing the hate. Really, really get into that inner hate. And bring. Oh, he's wearing a Young Bucks shirt.
I'm surprised you even put that on.
Juice is in a mood tonight.
I figured we're talking about the worst wrestlers of all time. It's only fitting that I wear.
Clip him holding up the Young Bucks, and then we'll make a meme like #1 fan or something like that.
Out of context meme. No.
Oh, I love it. For a future episode, we were going to do it tonight, but Matt, I was not able to get up in time, and also seeing it. You probably want to do a little more with it because your rankings were minimal right now because of how you feel about the first, 10 WrestleManias. But starting next week, Matt has been watching every WrestleMania since the beginning. What are you up to right now?
15.
15. So we asked Matt to start ranking the WrestleManias up to now. Again, I didn't get the slide ready, but if you want to let the fans at home know what your rankings are, it's really simple. don't really have to even show it.
What do you mean it was simple? It had animation and everything. That was difficult.
All right, so then we'll save it for next week then. So next week
Right.
we're gonna unveil the first Matt ranking of WrestleManias. So we'll see where he's up to at this point next week. So without further ado, unless anyone has anything else they want to bring up,
Let's go.
didn't think so.
Dive in.
Let's get right into round 2
Get these
with
picks going.
our brackets. All right, let me make sure we're up, and we are up and running. Okay, so we are starting off with a bang, especially for very current WWE followers and watchers. This is a big matchup. Solo Sikoa versus Braun Strowman. What are our initial thoughts? Well, first off, who put Solo Sikoa on their list? I believe that was all three of us, correct?
Yeah, he was on my list.
What about Braun?
I don't think he was on
also
mine.
Yep, he was also on mine.
I
They were
believe
both of these guys were on my list.
I was just saying,
This
I
is a
believe
tough one.
Braun was on mine also, so I think that's why also Braun was here. This is a tough one. I agree. Why did you guys choose Braun? Let's get into it. Well, why did you choose Braun, Juice?
Juice?
Yeah, I think he is just another. He's not even a bodybuilder. He's just a guy that has his body all beefed up. Can't even work in the ring. Has no control of his body as he's walking around. All he does is scream when he's on the mic. All he can do to get over is push over ambulances and trucks and other machinery. It's just, the turnbuckle spot I feel like was invented with him and freaking Brock Lesnar and Goldberg and all those people. I just think he was always.
What do you mean the turnbuckle spot? What turnbuckle spot?
Not the turnbuckle, the barricade spot. On the
Oh, okay.
outside.
I was gonna say the turnbuckle spot. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I meant the barricade spot. It's just nothing he can do in the ring is enjoyable. Like, yeah, he's just big man running around doing his little choo-choo, but he was the worst part of the Wyatt family. They only put him with little guys because he's a big guy, and it's terrible. I'm not a fan of him at all.
All right. I would say the same thing. I've also put Braun on my list. Just I actually like big men. I like the way they work and stuff, but when it's repetitive and it's the same moves and it's not really showing like he could be a dominant monster and stuff like that, and he honestly never really showed how dangerous he could get. He was always kind of stopped, and that might have been some of the creative and stuff, I don't know, but on the mic he's not that good. I hate listening to him talk. He's not a freak to me. He's just another big guy, and he could have been something bigger, but they didn't really do much with him.
The only good thing he did was finally shave his hair.
All right, what about the tribal chief? How are we feeling about the tribal chief?
You want to take this one?
The OG tribal chief?
What about Braun Strowman?
No, he's not. He's not the OG at all. No.
He is not the OTC. Please watch your mouth, Matthew.
Not my tribal chief. Tribal queef.
Oh.
Wow. Tribal ...
Got the fans going for that one. All right, so what do we feel about the tribal chief? Why don't we like Solo Sikoa? That we haven't said weekly.
I mean, has he won a match? Granted, I haven't watched in God knows how long, but last I heard, he was on a 25-game losing streak.
I believe the last televised match he won that I really think was a big deal was against Cena. Was that the last one?
Oh yeah, wasn't that a year and a half ago?
The big match. He might have won other singles matches, but big main event match, I think it was only Cena. Pretty trash.
I feel like they elevated. I feel like they kind of forced his elevation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the story. I get what they're trying to do, but
it sucks.
It's what got there the wrong way.
All right, so where are we going here? Who's worse, Solo Sikoa or Braun Strowman?
So first off, just for context, I just looked really quick. In the year 2024, he's only won one singles match, and that was on Kevin Owens on SmackDown.
Oh God, that's terrible.
So singles wise,
That's why Kevin Owens doesn't deserve a title match.
Yeah. Well,
According to
you
Cody,
know,
he
like,
does.
damn, because I don't like Solo. Like, I think he's overrated as hell. Like, he stands there doing the mean mugging crap, and everyone eats it up, and he's the definition of like a nepo baby in wrestling.
I'll start off. If it
Yeah,
helps,
go.
I'm gonna go with Solo. I think regardless how we feel about Braun, if you're so bad that creative doesn't even write you to win, you're pretty bad.
I'm trying not to let the recency part of it hurt him too much because, like, before he was losing a ton, he was undefeated and winning nonstop too. So
Yeah,
like, it's balanced out a lot.
but he wasn't also having like crazy big wins against people like.
Yeah, I don't know, he was, but either way, I'm gonna go Braun. Braun's gonna win out here for me. This was a coin flip, but I'm gonna give it to Braun. I can't stand it. Like, I don't like Solo, but I can't stand Braun.
Yeah, man, you
So,
gotta go with who you hate. This is about hate tonight. We talked about it.
well, it's not. Yeah, it's about hate, but I also want to really get the right worst person in. I'm going Braun. I think he's worse.
Matthew, do you go with your bald brother or Solo Sikoa?
I think it's Solo, and I don't think it's necessarily close.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. There you have it, ladies and
right.
gentlemen. Solo Sikoa making it on through to round 3. Next up, we have the Shockmaster versus Bo Dallas. Oh, boy. All right. So the Shockmaster was on, I believe, just my list, right? Or was it also on...
He was not on my list.
Not on my. Was he on my list?
Yeah,
too?
he was on your list too, Matt. He was on mine and Matt because he's in green, so he has to be on more than one. So yeah, mine and Matt list. I mean, listen, WCW days. Anyone who has even watched clips, even if you never watched WCW, just from his debut, nothing got better. To the fact where even though they kept him named the Shockmaster, they changed his entire gimmick by his like 5th match. So. I think this is an easy call for me. As much as I know people don't like Bo Dallas, I still think Bo Dallas can go in the ring. Where Shockmaster, I never thought he could. Whatever his real name is, Fred. Whatever. I never thought he could really go in the ring. He was more just like an attraction, and then saddling him with this terrible gimmick just kind of cements it for me. But that's just my argument for Shockmaster. Bo Dallas was not on my list. It looks like he was just on Juice's.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, well, I don't agree actually. I'm not. I can't put one gimmick through. I have to think of the whole scope of the career for the person, which is what I'm doing for everybody. Shockmaster was a drop in a bucket, yeah, infamous for the falling through, but I can't put that through. We're doing worst wrestler, not worst gimmick. And I just think Bo Dallas, everything he's done has been cringeworthy. He can't wrestle. He's always been in like jobber situations. And even now, again, I'm going to pull the Nepo baby card twice in one show. And I'm probably going to pull it again later on.
Back
but
to
like,
back. Not even twice in one show. Back to back.
I think Bo Dallas is not good at all. And he would not be wrestling today if it wasn't for Bray passing away. Because I'm pretty sure Bo even like went to go be a real estate agent for a while there or something. So yeah, Bo Dallas, terrible.
All right, another split. Matt, you have no horse in the race here. You didn't choose either one, so this is a completely unbiased tiebreaker. How you feeling?
Coming down to me again. I believe that Bo Dallas sucks, and he's moving on.
Let's go. Pick my win.
That was a good one. You got me. All right, Bo Dallas moving on to round 3. Next matchup.
And by the way, anybody in chat, even if you don't want to hit us with a sub or anything like that, if you're here watching and you have any thoughts as the matches come along, let us know in the chat. Let us know what you think, who you think should and shouldn't move on. If we get it right or wrong, we'd love to hear it as we go along. So
you might sway my vote. So for sure, talk and give me some stats. Some of these guys I might be iffy on. So
we've seen firsthand people write in chat and it changed Matt's vote. So
It's very fair. All right.
I got like the hamster turning. Doesn't really know what he's doing. Gets distracted easily.
All right, round 2, matchup number 3. We got, this is a hard one. We got Conan versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake. All right. Conan, I believe, is...
I'm sure I'm going to save you the time, Danny. I'm just going to go first. I'm voting Conan.
I know you're voting Conan. I'm just trying to let people know whose list he was on. Conan
Terrible.
was on mine
Conan.
and your list, no Matt's list.
I think
And
you should win the whole damn thing.
and Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yes,
Brutus
ass on
was
ass.
on also mine and your list, I believe. Who is Brutus on?
Conan.
Yeah. So, all right.
He was
So, Juice's Ray says vote. Matt, I won't let you be the tiebreaker this time. I'll let you vote second, just in case. Who do you vote for, Matt? Conan or Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Freebird says, boo, Conan sucks.
I don't know much about Conan except that he blocks people on Twitter. Probably trolls.
Yep.
Probably trolls. I'm gonna pick Brutus. Put it on Danny.
I was going to say, Brutus was on your list, so if you don't know much about Conan, that only makes sense. Funny enough, Conan and Brutus were both on my list, so it's pretty much who do I think is the worst out of the two of them. See, get out of here, Juice. Just looking at them, I mean, as much as I hate Conan, he could still wrestle a little bit. Yeah, he could. If you saw some matches with him and Ray, him and Eddie, some of the cruiserweights, he could go with them a little bit. I'm not saying he was the reason they had a good match. It was obviously Ray and Eddie and the rest of them, but he wasn't like a stiff body that, like, Brutus sometimes looked like he didn't know what the hell he was doing in the ring. Like, there were times where Brutus was a safety hazard in the ring, and that's a problem. So I have to go with Brutus the Barber Beefcake for worst over Conan. I'm sorry. Sorry, Juice. I'm just going to move on. Juice doesn't want to talk right now. Matchup number 4, we have another hard one. David Flair. Oh, don't boo, man. David Flair versus Giant Gonzalez. This is another difficult matchup.
Can I get quick? I'd like to point out that there's a Nepo baby in here.
Another Nepo baby. 3 out of the last 4 are Nepo babies, Juice. This is ridiculous.
I sense a theme.
I sense a theme.
Maybe wrestlers' babies just don't do it. Stay away. Second generation. No thank you.
Oh, man. All right, so what are we feeling, boys?
Randy Orton would like to have a word with you.
Who chose these guys on the list? David Flair, I believe, was just on my list because that's a WCW guy, so I didn't expect you guys to really know about him too much. And Giant Gonzalez looks like he was on more than one. Who else picked Giant? Matt picked Giant Gonzalez.
I was going to say neither of these guys were on my list.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so Matt, let's start off with you. How are you feeling? Do you want to go with who you picked or David Flair?
As I said last week, I didn't even know David Flair existed before this tournament started.
That's the problem. That's how bad he was.
But I've seen what the Giant Gonzalez could do, and
hold on, wait. Does this help your vote? Freebird just said,
what?
"Fuck David Flair."
I mean, Freebird. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick Giant Gonzalez because the outfit alone, I'm over the top.
All right.
And just guys like him, are probably bottom tier for me. We'll get to another guy like him later, I'm sure.
All right. Juice, I'll go next since you don't have a horse in the race. I'm going to go with David Flair. If you have seen any of his work, it was truly awful. Like I said, his best thing was attacking his father with the help of other people multiple times. So he was really, really bad. So I'm going to go with David Flair.
How bad could he be, though? Because he's holding a belt in his picture.
Yeah, I don't even think... I don't remember how he won that. That's the U.S. Championship. That's the WCW version. I don't remember how he won it, but I know it was like it was a bad match.
So, Figment's Nightmare says that the outfit for Giant Gonzalez is clutch. He bought it at the WC. And then Jay says he bought it at the WCW shop, the title belt.
The title
for David Flair. Well, I think Chad has helped convince me on everything I needed to hear. My vote is for Giant Gonzalez.
Oh
That
boy,
suit is absolutely hideous. I mean, like, it's one thing if it was just the suit, but then he's got like all the little fuzzies on it. Like, are you
that's so.
are you going to a furry convention, or are you wrestling in WrestleMania against Taker? Like, what are we doing, man? No,
All right, Giant
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez making it through to round 3. Next up, these matchups, I'm telling you, they just keep going crazy. Oh, wow.
Oh, my
Freeman's
God.
Nightmare saying, you kink shaming? That's crazy, bro. You can't kink shame. You did say fuzzies. You can't do that.
Oh, my God,
you
this
should've-
match. No way.
Can you apologize for kink shaming, Juice?
Absolutely not. Next match.
God damn it.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, now we have Jinder Mahal versus Ryback. And this might be the finals for some people. All right. Ryback, I definitely on Juice's list, definitely on my list. Was he on Matt's list?
I think they were on all of our lists. Both
No,
of them,
Matt
honestly.
Matt did not choose Ryback.
You forgot about him. That's okay.
And Matt didn't
mistake.
choose Jinder Mahal either, it looks like. Oh no, yes he did. All right, Jinder Mahal is on Matt's list as well. So Jinder Mahal's on all 3, and Ryback's on 2 of the 3. I'll be the tiebreaker if it comes down to it, so I'll let you guys go first.
So I'll go first here, because this one I can actually break down. I really don't like either of them, but
Freebird said
Talk
Ryback
about
hurt people.
Ryback did hurt people, and hurt people hurt people. You know what I mean?
Hurt people.
So, as much as I don't like Jinder, there were parts of him that at least knew when he was getting the heat and the reaction he was getting and leaning into the character. And that's about the nicest you're ever going to get me to speak about Jinder Mahal ever again. So my vote is for Ryback.
All right, Ryback. Matt, how we feeling?
I'm gonna vote Ryback as well.
Ooh,
He's
Ryback.
Yeah. It's not that I forgot him. I just knew he was gonna be on the list. I knew he was gonna be in this tournament regardless.
So you just
So
want to
I
make
used-
sure other names got in there. I
I
hear
used
you.
open to get more important people on.
That makes sense. If it helps, it would have been a clean sweep. Ryback would have made it through with me also. So for sure, Ryback making it through to the next round.
Good.
Matchup number 6. We have No Way Jose. Royal Rumble. Sorry, I was going to go into the stats for no reason again. Versus Tyler Rex.
Ooh. Okay.
Did everyone do their homework?
Yeah, that was my first question. Did you all watch the Tyler Rex match I sent you? Did
Yeah,
you do
it
your
was-
homework and study up on him?
It was bad. It was a rough match.
Good.
did
It was
not.
Tyler Rex versus Ryback I sent. What'd you say, Matt?
I didn't watch it.
No, I did. Yeah, I did. It was a rough match.
Shame. Oh well.
All right.
All right.
Literally based on that match, I am voting Tyler Rex.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's the Cinderella story of this whole thing. I mean, I think out of all the worst wrestlers in this tournament, he is the wild card of this tournament, the true X factor that can go all the way and win the whole damn thing.
That's
I'm
your
going with
wild
Tyler
card,
Rex.
man. I have a different wild card. I already told you mine
No,
last
it
week.
says it right there. He's literally the wild card and the
Well,
X factor of this tournament.
yeah, okay. Freebird wants to know
Tyler
what
Rex
even is a Tyler Rex.
Is my vote. Yeah, he moves on. Actually, Freebird, you should know Tyler Rex. I think you were watching during that time with me, but I digress. You can look him up.
More entertaining,
More
than
entertaining
Danny.
than Danny. Wow.
Thanks, Figment. I miss you too. Matchup number 7. We have Vampiro versus Lars Sullivan. So Vampiro was just on my list, and Lars Sullivan was on mine, and I think just mine.
Useless. Definitely Juices. I will tell you right now, I did not have Lars Sullivan on my list.
That's what I'm saying. Lars was just on mine also. I don't see Lars on Juice's either.
Hmm.
So, since they were both mine, I will be the tiebreaker.
I don't know much about Vampiro. I know Lars Sullivan was elevated and then went on vacation for 2 months. Lars Sullivan is my pick.
Yeah, Lars Sullivan is mine as well. I may not like Vampiro, but Lars is absolutely worse than him. So, Lars.
All right, Lars Sullivan making it through to round 3.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done.
This is
My
the
life.
hardest thing right now. We have Omos versus
Oh my God.
Mr. It just gets harder, bro. Versus Mr. McMahon. How are we feeling? This is a rough one. How are we feeling about this matchup? This is a matchup I'm upset about, by the way. This should be Nails versus Mr. McMahon right now. That would have been classic.
Should it be though? Should it?
I mean,
Yeah, no, it shouldn't have been. No, I think we did the right thing with our
know,
picks
man.
here.
I mean, almost is at least a basketball player.
Are you including mic skills here? I mean, we're including whatever you want to include for what is the worst wrestler of all time. If Vince was 15 years younger, he had put this match on a WrestleMania card and buried Omos. That's might be accurate.
Are you kidding? If he was still active right now, he would have done it at Mania 40. He would have absolutely pulled this. He just wrestled at 38, even though it was awful,
That's
but
fair.
he wrestled at 38.
That is
technically.
fair. I forgot he wrestled
Who
38. Don't
pooped on
remind me.
people?
What?
Who pooped on people?
Oh, why is there no bullet point for poops on people? Oh, well, allegedly. That's a whole other.
Yeah, that's a legal thing I can't get into. I don't want to take the chance.
Oh, we can get into it. But you know what, man? Like, between these two, I hate to say it. I feel like I need to go with Omos. I think, like, he's a worse worker. At least McMahon, like, take the person out of it. I'm going with Mr. McMahon, the character, not Vince McMahon. That's why we wrote what we wrote. Like, at least he did what he needed to do in that ring to get people over and make you hate him. Like, with Austin and Foley and all that stuff. Like, even with Piper and Shane. Like, yeah, I'm going Omos. I think Omos is worse. I mean that.
I completely agree. I mean, Mr. McMahon at least could take a bump. He had a lot of good moments, whereas Omos, like, he kind of reminds me of Great Khali, where, like, I get nervous of them moving around the ring because I feel like one weird step and they're going to wind up like Kevin Nash, where they just tear a quadricep just by, like, running across the ropes. Like, it's crazy. So, no, I'm going to agree.
Yep.
I think Omos is a worse wrestler, too.
I mean, I think the tearing quad taking a step is a steroid thing. Just ask Triple H.
Bam! Shots fired.
Didn't Vince do that too? Vince tore both.
Vince tore both just getting into the ring. Vince wasn't even, like, ready.
But that wasn't in a match.
And he wasn't even wrestling. That's also true. He wasn't even wrestling. He was just angrily like, he was legit furiously marching down the ring because the end got fucked up. Went to slide in and fucked up both his legs. Oh, that's one of my favorite moments. Just seeing screaming at them from the ground.
Omos moves on.
Any other thoughts, Matt, before we go on to the next match?
I mean, Vince is an Iron Man Royal Rumble winner too, but I digress. Continue.
All right. Next matchup. Oh, I clicked the wrong screen. Hold on. Next matchup.
Just off tangent quick. Off top of your head, in that Rumble he won, was he in the ring for 5 minutes?
In the ring, I would say probably 10-ish
No.
minutes. You don't think so?
I think he got out right away. They fought all around, and he got in at the end. I don't think he was really in there. I remember, right?
That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure he bailed pretty quick. But we can look that up later. Or something else that can confirm.
All right. Next matchup, we have the Boogeyman versus Goldberg. Another doozy.
I'll just ask. Should we waste the time? Should we just move him on? Just do it. No votes. Just do it.
Boogeyman is so bad though, but Goldberg almost killed the Undertaker. That's where I'm a little.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
how many matches has
Jay,
Goldberg had beside? I mean, how many matches has Goldberg had besides the Regal match that went more than like 5 minutes? Also, like, let's.
enough.
What are we talking about here?
So Jay says Boogeyman never gave himself a concussion seconds before a match with the Undertaker. So there you go, Matt. He agrees with you.
Well, that was the best part, is that he just always hits his fucking head like an idiot, and then finally costs him. Jesus.
Well, my vote
Christ.
is for Goldberg. Y'all can debate and discuss however you like.
I mean, Goldberg for sure for me as well. Matt, do you want to make it a clean sweep, or do you go with the Boogeyman?
Sure, sweep. Goldberg. To the moon.
Hey man, if you feel strongly about him eating that growth off Julian Hall's face, by all
That's what I'm
means,
saying. Let me know,
speak your
bro.
truth, man.
It was more about him literally having a contract and just couldn't get in the ring. He was that bad. You know what I'm
Boogeyman,
saying?
yeah. He was just being a Halloween attraction, eating the worms and scaring people for the fun.
That's like that girl with AEW, whatever her name is. She'll show
Oh,
up.
Abaddon.
Yeah.
Abaddon. Yeah. Freebird says Goldberg hype was real, but why they tried to make a Boogeyman gimmick work in early 2000s is crazy.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Boogeyman gimmick. Just like I wish they would let him wrestle. I don't mind that supernatural stuff. You need that stuff for the kids. Like it's not just about the 30-year-olds watching. It's about the 5-year-olds who are trying to
gonna make me say it, Danny? I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
Fuck them kids.
You were one of those kids.
When the Boogeyman was around, absolutely not.
Just what when you were a kid, there were gimmicks that you probably enjoyed that were like comic booky gimmicks.
I started watching when I was 13. I assure you.
Ah, foolish.
They did not.
They didn't get you early enough. Melting Pat said he's coming to get you, but not this round. This round,
Ooh, Melting Pat,
Goldberg
what up? What's good?
is next. On to round 3 goes Goldberg. Round 2, matchup number 10, we have Hulk Hogan versus Michael Cole.
Jeez.
Wow.
I'm gonna start this one off. This is an easy one for me. Hulk Hogan, by far.
Easy.
Michael Cole, listen, as much as Michael Cole is a bad wrestler, he's also had like 2 matches, 3 matches. Hogan had a lot of bad matches. Hogan barely had more than, 3-4 moves tops? And towards the second half of his WCW career, he could barely take a bump, let alone after that. Like WWE,
So your vote is for Hogan?
my vote is for Hogan.
Okay. So we got some chat going on. We have Jay saying another WrestleMania match that could have happened. Melting Pat undefeated at WrestleMania is huge. Good point on Michael Cole. Absolutely right. Freebird says the kids also love Goldberg winning every week. Whatever. I said what I said about them kids. And Figment's Nightmare says Hogan, 2 of the most devastating moves ever. His leg drop was so perfect it nearly killed people. Just perfection. And then Melting Pat, it's the worst wrestler. I should read the Yeah, Melting Pat, we're doing worst wrestler.
I love it.
I'm curious what tournament you thought we were doing now, if these guys are on here.
Imagine he thought we were doing like the best wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan versus Michael Cole.
Oh, man. All right, so you say Hogan. Matt, do you have any thoughts on Cole you want to share?
He's at the end of the day, he's not really a wrestler. I know he had enough matches to make him eligible for this. But it's tough to compare him to Hogan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
it is.
I'm gonna vote Cole and make Juice move Hogan on.
All right. Now,
It's kind of hard to make Hulk Hogan a contender for worst of all time. He had such a cultural impact, says Freebird.
Agreed, Freebird.
Okay, now here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
A lot of y'all weren't there during the guest host anonymous Raw GM days of Michael Cole.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Cole.
wrestler Michael Cole. That was
But with the
announced.
coal mine, yeah, but
Oh,
we're
that's
talking
fair.
about everything.
That's
We're
fair.
talking
That's fair.
about
That's
the full
fair.
picture of a wrestler. And at this point, this is the character of Michael Cole in the coal mine, and with all the stuff with the Raw GM and all that. So, like, it holds some weight. I mean, but like, I can't go back on what I was saying last week. I wanted to have a little fun with this, but there's no doubt in my mind. Like, Hulk Hogan is one of the worst of all time, and he has to move on here. So Hulk Hogan is my vote.
All right, Hulk Hogan. Moving on to round.
And here's the thing, Freebird, you want to talk about like cultural impact. Like, I mean, McDonald's has a cultural impact, and it's killing people
shit.
every. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like, you want to play that game? Like, all right, let's go.
Plus, Freebird, you're on the same side as Figment's Nightmare right now, so I'm not gonna listen to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
man,
God.
we just did something
All
huge
right.
for round 3. I'm very excited for. All right, round 2, matchup 11. Nigel McGuinness versus the Brooklyn Brawler. Who would like to start this one off?
I want Matt to go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want to get this over with. Matt, you go first.
All right.
I want to hear
So
it.
Nigel is a second round participant in the best and worst tournament. He could do it all. 5-tool player. He's really good and he really sucks. He does not have big matches in New York, unlike his counterpart here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let the Nigel dream continue, guys. Nigel. 4 more years.
Okay.
Juice,
Danny, you can go next.
I was just saying,
No,
would
Danny,
you like me to go next?
You can go next, Danny. You're next on the stand.
So I can't even entertain this. I gotta go with the definition of a jobber, even though I don't necessarily think that makes him a bad wrestler. It is his gimmick to be a bad wrestler, so I feel like I have to put the Brooklyn Brawler through to the next round until he faces someone who is actually a worse wrestler than he was. My cheeks, by the way, hurt from fucking smiling so hard from this stupid thing right now.
Yeah, so this charade is over. I'm playing the matchup, obviously. Brooklyn Brawler is the worst wrestler. Move him on. We're done here. Update that
Congrats.
graphic.
Is there any final words, Matt, for Nigel McGuinness?
I just want to congratulate him for beating Ray and getting further than Dom.
Oh man.
Or did he get further than Dom? I don't even remember.
He did. Dom did not
Yeah.
make it to round 2, so he did get further than
Yeah,
Dom.
so good job, Nigel. Hopefully Danny's nuts are in a meat grinder at the end of the show.
Oh man.
All right. Matchup number 12 of round 2. We have Von Wagner versus Top Dollar. What are we feeling like, gentlemen?
Top Dollar. Move on.
Top Dollar.
Wow. Top Dollar just like that for both of you. All right, Top Dollar.
Yeah.
And we are moving on.
So I'm sorry. I was just
No,
going
go
to give a friendly reminder for the chat and for Danny as well. We have about 4 matches left in the second round. Danny has a veto to use if he chooses to. And if anybody in the chat wants to veto any of these last 4 matchups, now is the time to subscribe. If you want to say. So don't wait too long. Subscribe now or gift a sub and you get credit for it now.
Unless you want to
Falco.
also gift the veto with the sub, which you are allowed to do as well.
Jay DeFalco says, flop dollar just for the arrogance of thinking he could fly over the top rope. Absolutely, 100%.
Listen, anytime you
You
get
got it right,
roasted
boy.
by Michael Cole and everyone agrees with Michael Cole, you are one of the worst wrestlers of all time. No question.
Yeah, you did something wrong.
He actually made Michael Cole enjoyable for me, which was like Michael Cole made me laugh weekly
For
when
sure.
I was watching.
100%. Matchup number 13. Big matchup, in my opinion. The Great Khali versus Snitsky. Oh, wait, I didn't update it up here. Got it. Great Khali versus Snitsky. How we feeling? This is a big one.
I mean, You put a bodysuit on the Great Khali, and we got the Giant Gonzalez, right?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel that too.
Wait, I have a question because I
Let's
read
go.
something on Reddit. I don't know if it's true.
Let's go.
I gotta know.
I read
Must-
I read something about the Great Khali about before he went to WWE. He was like a stud wrestler, could do everything, and then he got bad knees when he came to WWE, and that's why he sucked.
Mhm.
I don't
Is that
believe
true?
You know, it's funny. I read that same thing recently too, and I wanted to look into it for the sake of this tournament, but I didn't because I really don't care. Great Khali sucks. He's my vote. Put him through.
But
Listen,
the Punjabi prison match.
the Punjabi prison match was one of the worst. I cannot forgive. And it wasn't even him, but I just cannot forgive the Great Khali because he's the reason the Punjabi prison match got introduced. Jay DeFalco said Cole roasting him was like getting roasted by the nerd so bad he had to change school. And Figment said, I stand by my Snitsky is a bitch for not punting a real baby stance. And Figment, I agree with you. I think punting a real baby would have made more of an impact, would have made him a bigger deal, and probably skyrocketed him to the top of the heel brand.
You probably would have also put him in prison, but
Not if the baby signed a waiver.
okay. All right, so my vote's in.
Khali.
Great Khali. Juice, what do you vote?
My vote was in. I said Khali.
Oh, my bad. Matt, you also say Khali?
Yeah.
So then we're good. Great Khali makes it through on a clean sweep. Next.
I was gonna say, Danny, do you want Snitsky in or something? What's going on?
Not at all. I just wanted to make sure. Because you both said it at the same time, I think. Or at least I didn't hear one of you say it, so I just wanted to make sure.
You just weren't listening. It's
That's
okay.
probably it. I'm going to go with that. Matchup number 14. Tucker versus Mason Ryan. Two wannabes, according to us. A wannabe natural disaster versus a wannabe Batista. Which wannabe is making it through to round 3?
This one's tough.
This one is tough.
Like, I personally don't think either of them are that bad. They're just both very like not even mid. They're just like they're in between mid and bad.
He got a bad
For
draw.
me, at least.
I mean,
For me, at least.
Mason Ryan was pretty bad.
Oh,
From what I remember
know.
seeing.
We lose Danny's audio.
Hello?
There you are. Hi.
Oh. Yeah, I said from what I remember seeing, Mason Ryan was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the Nexus and the new Nexus and all that stuff because it was enjoyable. So like, yeah, Keverlast says he was clumsy bad for a big dude, which is true. But I was always kind of okay with him at least. I feel like I don't know if I had to choose between the two, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you do.
Good job. I'm gonna say Tucker. I'm gonna say Tucker's worse because at least Mason Ryan had a look to him and potential, and he was put in a good position in the company with New Nexus and Punk and all that stuff for a bit. I'm gonna go Tucker is worse.
Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Tucker.
Really?
He was no Otis.
Wow. All right. Tucker making it on through. I don't really feel that strong about Mason Ryan to use my veto here. And I got to make sure that we make the right decision in the next matchup. So saving my veto for matchup number 15, the biggest matchup of Roundup 2, in my opinion. John Cena versus Sheamus. How are we feeling here, boys? This is a hard one. This is crazy.
So first off, Jay says Tucker has the charisma. Vote me. I want to make sure we got that in before we move on.
I agree. That is.
Oh boy. So last week we played this one pretty quick. I think we need to take our time and dissect into the absolute true greatness that is Sheamus. I mean, it can't be denied how Sheamus came onto the scene and within months was undefeated on Raw Weekly, putting on
losing the
banger
fan.
after
I think we just
banger
lost viewers.
after banger. Then he would go on to win King of the Ring, win Money in the Bank, win the world title, the IC title, the tag titles with the Bar, reinvented himself. I think Sheamus is a very underrated talent these days.
Oh my God, what's happening?
And I think we need to remember that he is probably one of the few names on here that
Don't do this.
truly doesn't deserve the hate that he's getting.
Don't do this.
Despite relations to a potato, my vote for the worst wrestler to move on is John Cena. Cannot be denied the cancer that Cena has put on this business and this industry. And for all the work he tries to do with Make-A-Wish to get rid of that cancer, it will always remain. Fruity Pebbles licking motherfucker moves on as the worst wrestler of all time.
Matt, I just want to remind you before you make your vote.
Thank you, Figment.
Little John Cena thing came through. Just before you make your vote, it was wrestlers like Sheamus that forced WWE to have to make Cena Super Cena, because wrestlers like Sheamus could not step up to the main event level well enough that they let Cena take a break. Just so we're clear here, all right? Remember how Sheamus won his first title through a bullshit tables match. That's who you want to put through over a 15, possibly soon to be 16-time world heavyweight champion, guaranteed Hall of Fame John Cena over this Irish looking potato Sheamus. Come on, bro. Make the right decision, Matt.
First off,
you had your take. You made your vote. You had your take. Get out of here, Juice.
First off, Cena was Super Cena for like 5 years before Sheamus even existed in WWE. And who did Sheamus beat in that tables match to win the world title? John Cena.
It was bullshit. It was bullshit. He needed a table. You couldn't even pin him cleanly.
I rest my case.
All right. Hold on.
One question.
Some things here. Figment said false. Freebird said they put Sheamus on such a pedestal. Didn't he win a title with a super kick right at the beginning of the match? Not a super kick, a bro kick. You watch your. Oh.
He was already the title holder, wasn't he?
No, he won.
He retained.
No.
He retained.
No, Daniel Bryan was the champion, and he beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for the world title.
You know what? He's so good. He's done it and retained as well too.
Vince just gave Cena some nonsense pushes. Sorry, I forgot one of his 3 finishers. He never had a super kick as a finisher. Freebird, stop it. Oh, Jesus.
He only wrote that once.
He just said, sorry, I forgot one of his 3 finishers, trying to say super kick was still a finisher.
He didn't need 3 finishers. He had a variety of an
Sorry,
arsenal.
Matt, what's your question?
Cena had 3 finishers too, I believe. But,
Cena had the 5.
Like, one question is, Juice.
Yeah.
Can you please turn the camera around so we can make sure Figment doesn't have a gun on you after that, right? He just gave us.
Figment is not in the room with me right now. He's not in the room with us. I assure you.
Oh, man.
Think twice if I need to call 911.
Oh, my God. That was great.
Now this is tough because I did get Cena fatigue, but now that he's been gone for a couple years, I think I'm softening on him a little bit.
You miss him a little bit.
I don't miss him. I just
shit worker. Sheamus is the better worker. If we're really breaking it down, Sheamus is the better worker and wrestler, I think. But
I think Cena was.
It's okay, Matt. You can go with your feelings, bro.
Go with your heart, man.
Go with your heart.
I'm back and forth here. Dan, you want to vote and then?
Well, my vote's for Sheamus.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Matt, if it makes you feel better, I'll take it out of your hands.
Well, you're gonna veto.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. I'll take it out of your hands. Don't worry about it, bro. I feel the hate right now.
No, it's just. I'm torn because I feel like Cena is Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan's Cena. I didn't vote Hulk Hogan through, so how am I going to vote Cena through? I'll vote Sheamus.
Sheamus making it through to the next round. He was going there anyway. Don't even fret it, ladies and gentlemen. Sheamus was always going to make it through to round 3. And finally, last matchup of round 2, we have Viscera versus Michael Nakazawa. Figment's Nightmare just asked, Danny, what's it like to having all terrible takes on a regular basis? Like, amazing, just everything you say is a trash statement. It feels good, man. I mean, you're listening to me right now, so it feels great. Everyone unsubscribe now. We're done. Listen, man, you're lucky Nigel didn't make it through. All right, I don't want to hear your ridiculousness. All right, Michael Nakazawa, Viscera. Who are we putting through? My vote is for Viscera. I got to put the more dangerous person through, and that was Viscera / Mabel / whatever you want to call him, Big Daddy V.
I mean, last week you guys enlightened me a lot about Nakazawa that I didn't know about, but
Baby oil,
with that
300-pound man, yeah.
yeah, I still don't really know about him, so I'll go with the enemy I know of Viscera.
Freebird is a conflict of interest. I feel like somehow Juice is giving us the silent treatment, even though we still have like 3 more rounds to do, so this is going to be a little rough. Nightmare, I'm here to record the slander. Listen, man, unless you're a reporter for the Post, I don't care. Next up, Juicebox realizes that his podcast has turned into a sham. And Jay DeFalco said, if I'm not mistaken, the only reason Riss was in the ministry was so the Undertaker would not to face him anymore. That is a fact. Undertaker, after getting his face broken by him, put him in his group so he never had to face him again. Juicebox. We have 1 vote for Viscera. Would you like me to vote, or would you like to go next?
You both
So
already
you already
voted.
voted. You
Oh,
already
yeah, I did
voted
vote for Viscera. That's right. Viscera goes on through. I didn't know if I voted. I forgot. All right. Round 2, all taken care of. Moving on to round number 3. First matchup, we have Solo Sikoa versus Bo Dallas. Interesting. How are we feeling about this? We have pretty strong straight takes on both of them, so.
And I've lost all the wind in my sails. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Because of Johnson, I don't think John Cena was even going to win the tournament, to be honest with you. I don't really think John Cena is that bad. I think it was just the Super Cena stuff that was terrible.
He's really that bad. He could be a nice guy, a good person, and like have his positive spin in the business, but he is not good in the ring. But either way, I'll have to move on eventually. In my heart, I know where he's at, but whatever. Yeah, I'm going with Bo here. I'm going with Bo. We're getting to a point now where they're all going to be that bad. They've earned it enough moving on that I need to start looking at, okay, like who, like, needle moving, like who moves the needle, what way, who hurt the business in this way, who made no impact versus a bad impact, danger and safety and all that stuff. And also, personally, I am factoring in the person. Like, I know, obviously, if you guys aren't, that's cool if you guys don't want to, but that factors in for me because obviously that makes me care about them more or less as a character.
For sure.
And their talents or lack thereof. But I'm going with Bo.
All right. Matt, do you still believe?
Solo for me on this one.
Wow. Oh, fudge. I didn't think I was going to have to do a tiebreaker for this one. Yeah, I mean, I at this point in the tournament, I think I'm kind of going along the same thoughts as Juice, where I just got to think of, like, who do I want to, who would I, if these were both in a separate matches and I had to pick one, whose match would I watch more, in a sense? And I probably watch Solo over Bo, so I'm going to have to vote Bo through to the next round. Bo Dallas moved on to round number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Round 3, matchup number 2. We got Giant Gonzalez versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I'm going to let you two start this one because this is a hard one for me. I'm hoping you guys help me out.
Giant Gonzalez, not even close for me.
All right.
Yeah, Giant Gonzalez. I never really thought of, from the little I've seen of Beefcake, I never thought he was that bad, but yeah, Gonzalez.
Hey, man, makes my life easier. Giant Gonzalez making it through to round number 4. Matchup number 3, we have Tyler Rex versus Ryback.
Oh.
This is a
the fire
doozy.
is back. I'm back. All right.
Fire's back.
This fire burns.
Ha
It burns always. Let's go. Oh man.
All right, so let's put it this way, because honestly, you're the real Tyler Rex train conductor here. What
Yeah.
what's so bad? Like, how much worse is Rex than Ryback? Let's look at that
I mean, put it
match.
this-
I mean, let's look at that match that we watched.
I was gonna say, well, this is literally the match I sent you guys to watch.
Yeah.
Like, who lost that match?
That's fair.
Danny.
That's fair. I understand.
rhetorical.
I understand Rex lost, but at the same time, I don't know. Think of what Ryback did after that compared to what Rex. I don't. But then Rex did nothing after that compared to Ryback actually getting a push. So that's where it also gets all fucked. Freebird says, not only did Ryback suck, the Feed Me More promos were just the worst. I've never felt less cool watching wrestling. I'm glad you felt cool
trust
watching
me,
wrestling.
there's been worse. You just haven't seen it. Yeah, you know what? I gotta stick with my boy / girl now. Tyler Rex. Tyler Rex, the wild card of this whole thing, the Cinderella. They're gonna go as far as I take them. Yeah. Because you know what? As much as a lot of people hated Ryback, he got reactions. He sold merch. People liked him. I didn't. He was shit, but he still got over to an extent. So Tyler Rex for me.
Yeah, I just never liked Ryback. I don't know. I just can't get over it. I don't think Ryback was ever good. I gotta vote Ryback.
Listen, I ain't gonna defend shit. He's right.
Either way, they both deserve to make it through.
You put them both through.
Instead of a double DQ, it'll be a triple threat next round.
The triple threat next round. Why not?
Oh Jesus!
All right, Matt, you go.
No, we're not supposed to really go off the camera person, but I think Ryback's Twitter game has to move him past for me on this one. Like, he's just an awful human on top of awful in the ring, awful everything. And maybe if he sees this, maybe he'll give us a shout out on Twitter. Tyler Rex, no one even knows what his handle is.
Oh my God! Well, I mean, that does play a good role also because a lot of the shit he talks about is the in-ring stuff because he's trying to get back into the in-ring stuff. So he just has these terrible takes that just people go crazy with. So that's a good point I didn't even think of with his Twitter shit. So yeah, all right, Ryback making it through to the next round. You mean Gabby?
I tried
Tough
Tyler.
now.
Yeah, I tried Gabby.
Sorry,
bad.
Gabby. Well, no, actually, maybe good for Gabby. I don't know if they want to be through the next round. All right. Big matchup here. We have Omos.
Oh.
We have Lars Sullivan. We have two awful big men.
Vince just like he just fell out of his chair somewhere. He got like a sensation. He was like, oh.
He just pooped on someone in celebration.
Oh my God! This
we
is
can do
the
that
Vince meme where he's just like. All right, what are we doing? This is a WrestleMania 41 matchup.
Oh God, please no.
What are we feeling?
Feeling like we should just say everybody made it in one.
So, funny enough, if we had pushed the previous matchup through with both of them and this matchup through with both of them, the next round would be a fatal four-way between Omos, Lars Sullivan, Tyler Rex, and Ryback.
We'd have to push them all through again.
We're gonna have a four-way tie in the final.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, I'll start this one off. I could tell this is a rough one for everyone. They're both so terrible in the ring. I got to go to outside of the ring to kind of make my final decision. And Lars Sullivan is a scumbag outside of the ring, so my vote is for Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get over the panic attack that he had when they first called him up. That's a stain for me.
Matt does not care about your mental health. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, he knows what business he was getting into. He picked this as a career. He was in NXT. They pull him up, and he disappears for however long.
Especially against
You know what I'm
John
saying?
Cena. It was a John Cena
Like, what are we
match.
doing? Lars,
All right.
I would say
Well,
go away, but you're going to the
I'm
next
glad,
one.
I'm glad you both made it easy because I just kept staring at both their dumb faces and couldn't decide. It's like like the meme of like nuclear bomb and coughing baby, and
Yes.
like you got to pick like it's just this is what I'm looking at here.
That's
but, okay.
fantastic.
Um,
I don't normally do this, but
Oh.
the next matchup is so big, I'm going to leave it for the last matchup of round 2. So I'm going to skip
Whoa.
I know. I'm going to skip matchup number 5. I'm making an executive decision. I apologize. And I'm skipping to matchup
Wow.
number 6, where we have Top Dollar versus the Brooklyn Brawler.
$1. Move on.
Top dollar.
I agree. I think this is a really easy one. Top Dollar definitely moves on. No
I
problem.
may have been wrong on my Tyler Ricks wild card Cinderella here, man. Top dollar is creeping.
That's fair. I mean, Top Dollar.
He creeping.
Top Dollar is that bad, so him creeping does not surprise me. All right, round 3, matchup number 7. We have the Great Khali versus Tucker. I think this is another easy one for me personally. I'm going to just go right off the bat with the Great Khali.
Yeah, great colleague.
All right, Great Khali making it through. Nice, easy sweep for him. Matchup
Should have been Hornswoggle.
What do you say?
Should have been Hornswoggle. What?
Should have been Hornswoggle. Matchup number 8. Did I do something wrong here? I'm going to figure this out in a second. Matchup number 8. We have Viscera versus Sheamus, and I fear this is the end of my hate. But let's see how you guys feel first.
First off, Keverlass says, I'm pretty sure no one wanted to meet Top Dollar when we saw him months ago at that signing convention. That is true. He was at the table, no line, just standing there like an idiot.
Well, yeah, who would want to see that? That's terrible.
Nobody, clearly.
Maybe if he charged for people to watch him jump over the top rope, he might have gotten a crowd.
I just watch it on YouTube.
All right, so what are you guys feeling?
I feel like if this was Mabel, I would go with Sheamus, but it's Viscera, so I gotta go with Viscera.
That what? Son of a bitch.
We've already established it's the whole career.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
everything.
I know.
Why do you do this to me?
All right.
Why do you do this to me?
Danny picked Mabel, so I was trying to.
He knows what he. Yeah, I understood. I understood.
All right, Danny.
Making me go crazy here.
All right, Danny, where are you going?
I know I should go Viscera. I know that's the right thing to do for this tournament. I know that's the right decision if I'm being unbiased. But tonight's about hate, gentlemen. And fuck Figments and fuck Sheamus. I vote Sheamus to go through the next round.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So
How we feel about that?
on me, I guess.
On you.
Let's see how strong the hate for John Cena it was.
I'm trying to push that hate through.
You know what? I've reached the point where wait. Keverlass says I felt that hate from Danny. Figment says Danny is just not a good person. This has confirmed it. Integrity, none. Yeah. Everything in my body and my soul is telling me to take you all down with me and torpedo this whole damn thing. But I'm going to maintain my integrity, and I'm going to vote for Viscera.
No.
Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up.
Not fair.
Viscera.
And ladies and gentlemen,
how can you torpedo a tournament that's already been torpedoed many times over?
No, we're still in good shape.
Freebird said
We're
that's
good
petty.
now.
Freebird said you're petty, bro. I agree.
I'm petty. I'm pretty sure it's the other way around.
This is the end of the number 1 seed in my opinion's run of Sheamus through this tournament.
It would have been petty if I voted for Sheamus.
100%. If you had voted for Sheamus, I would have lost my mind. That would have been the best moment of my life tonight.
I was close, but no, Viscera.
And the last matchup of round number 3 that I had to save for the main event, Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan.
All right.
Now you guys understood why I had to do it.
Everybody, buckle up.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a minute. We need a year by year comparison of the two of them to break this down. So I present to you all a slideshow that I've created. No, I'm kidding. I knew this would happen.
Where'd you go? Juice, where'd you go?
I'm still here.
Your
hear me?
Your video's out.
Can you hear me though or no?
Oh, we can hear you. I'm scared.
Figment cut the cord.
That's oh boy.
That's weird. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I'm here.
I honestly was expecting like you to be in an outfit or like a Hulk Hogan getup or something. And I was like, oh my God, here we go.
No. That was weird. Not planned.
All right. Keverlass said, damn, Goldberg got him. Jay DeFalco said, Hogan used his booking power to silence you. That's why you went off. And Figment said, gotta put Goldberg through here. Interesting. A lot of Goldberg sway.
Does anyone feel like very strongly they're ready? Because I am not.
I was waiting to be swayed, but if I had to pick, I got one.
We can all talk it out. I mean, if everybody is unsure.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Matt.
How many times did Hulk Hogan drop Undertaker on his head?
I'm gonna go
How many times did Goldberg?
All right.
So that's 1 point Goldberg. How many times did Shawn Michaels oversell a match because he hated working with the guy he was facing? I'm sure Shawn Michaels did that a lot, actually, but
as I say,
I'm thinking of one particular.
Between these two, I see your point. Between these two. Harley 01 is curious how Gilbert didn't make the list, because Gilbert isn't the worst. That is one of the greatest characters making fun of Goldberg. I loved Gilbert. Gilbert was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think the actual guy was a pretty good wrestler. Like he I think won the light heavyweight championship. I'm not saying that makes him a good wrestler, but I think he could go in the ring. Gilbert was champion. Yeah, see, I said it. For me, what the problem with Goldberg and Hogan is, you have one guy who I already said couldn't really go that long. Yeah, he looked good and he was super strong, but it was all looks, against another guy who was all looks, but the reason he could technically go longer was because his era was different style. So his era, they were all doing kind of the same moves. It was all a lot of clotheslines and power slams and stuff like that. Once you put him into like 2002 and stuff, granted the age, but you could also see like his moveset didn't translate. So like his moveset looked weak. His moveset wasn't the same. So I don't know how that goes. Goldberg's moveset, to his credit, will always translate. Granted, it's 5 seconds, but it's two very strong moves that people believe you can do it on anyone. Whereas Hogan, at this point, a leg drop, like you can't even do a leg drop off the top rope as a finisher, let alone just a running leg drop. So I don't know.
My biggest thing with Goldberg too, I didn't watch.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mr. J97, for following. Just started following us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Really do. Welcome.
You could use a veto on this match and this match only.
No, that's not a veto. That he didn't do a sub. He has to do a subscription.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, man. It's crazy. Like, I mean, obviously the draw. Like, this obviously could have been our final. Like, these are like the top two, and like, yeah, other matchups I think of different things, but like, I feel like the only way I can really break this one down and make a choice is like strictly going off their in-ring like work, and that's it.
All right.
And because we can go all day about the other stuff that they've done and haven't done and are responsible for, but if I'm going off purely in-ring, I'm voting for Goldberg as being worse than Hogan.
All right. One vote for Goldberg. Matt, do you want to go, or do you want to possibly be a tiebreaker?
You I'll possibly be a tiebreaker.
All right. Unfortunately, no tiebreaker for you because I also have to go with Goldberg. I don't think if you can't main event more than 10 minutes, I don't see how you call yourself like a good wrestler. Sorry. It doesn't make sense to me. So I do have to go Goldberg as well.
Okay.
We did good work here, gentlemen. Be proud.
All right. That brings
Proud.
us to the Elite Eight. We are now in round 4 to our final 8. Matchup number 1 in round 4. You got Giant Gonzalez versus Bo Dallas. All
Gotta
right.
go Gonzalez here.
Going Gonzalez here. I agree. I've listen. I think Bo Dallas made it further in my personal opinion than I thought he would. Giant Gonzalez, I always thought was making Final Four hands down.
Yeah, the giant one.
All right, Giant Gonzalez making it through to the Final Four. Matchup number 2 in round 4. We got Lars Sullivan versus Ryback.
Oh, okay. This is tough.
This is tough.
This is like the two Spider-Men like pointing at each other. Like, same. Like
Brothers?
yeah. Not the apple does not fall far from these trees. Holy shit.
So both dangerous wrestlers, both not good movesets, both not good on the mic, both terrible offline, both terrible human beings in the real world. Like, these are literally the spitting image of each other, and I don't know which way. There's nothing that I can distinguish that makes one worse than the other. I don't know where to go here.
I have something, but if man wants to go first, he can go.
Hey, I got nothing.
Okay.
I was just gonna add. I was gonna add that they're both bald when he was talking about all the both stuff.
Both bald. Matt can relate.
So I'm giving this one a tiebreaker for one thing and one thing only.
All right.
Everything you said is true. They're both terrible, but Ryback at least got over for a period of time. And he won championships. I'm going with
You know,
Lars.
I was thinking that in my head too, Juice. Like Lars is just
Yeah.
such a NA. We
All
couldn't
right.
even think of anything to write for him. Think about that.
Well, we said we were gonna try not to write stuff offline, and most of his worst stuff was offline, and I didn't want to, just in case for the one person who might be sensitive watching us out of the 10, I didn't want to put anything about the mental health stuff in print just in case they try to get us and cancel us because we're on fire these days.
No one's sensitive.
I'm just saying.
They love us.
I'm just
We're
saying.
good.
All right, Lars Sullivan making it through to the Final Four. Matchup number 3 in round 4. We have this should be the final, but we have Goldberg versus Top Dollar.
Okay, we're getting serious.
Damn, Goldberg! I'm telling you right now, if Goldberg went, Goldberg has had a very hard journey and is really kicking ass on his way to the top.
Who's next?
Who's next? Top Dollar. Is Top Dollar the one who stops Goldberg's run? How do we feel?
Here's my thing. My thing with Goldberg, I didn't watch WCW, so I didn't miss the whole streak thing. And the first match I really watched him was that Survivor Series with Brock. And when it was over, I was like, wait, what the hell did I just watch? And then I found out that was him his whole life. And I'm like, really?
Yep.
And people like this?
Yep.
I couldn't believe it.
Neither could we. Neither could we. And admittedly, as a kid, like, you don't understand. So, like, as a kid, I'm thinking this guy's just, like, a cool monster and blah, blah, blah. But even as a kid, like, Goldberg wasn't my favorite. You know what I mean? Like Goldberg was cool because Goldberg just like kicked ass and like that's cool because that's believable. But like my favorite was always like Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, like guys who would give us like long main events and have good stories and can talk and stuff like that. So like even as a kid, you kind of knew like, oh, this guy's cool, but he's not like these guys. Like even in WCW, he wasn't like DDP, he wasn't Sting, he wasn't Hulk Hogan. Like he couldn't talk. So like he still was just below them. Ric Flair, like people could tell.
Then you have Top Dollar.
And then you had Top Dollar again. Anyone who could put Michael Cole over.
I'm really leaning towards Top Dollar. I'm gonna be honest.
You know, man, like this. You're right. This is hard because, like, for me, like 2 tiebreakers are like I have to go to a double tiebreaker in my head because, like, Goldberg is unsafe in the ring, hurts people. Like Top Dollar is just not a draw. It doesn't really move any needle. Like those 2 defining choices kind of cancel them out. And now I'm like, all right, I'm back to square one again.
So then, as much as I hate to say it, I have to ask you: are you going to use your usual tiebreaker of Goldberg got over?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Goldberg got over, but Top Dollar's not a draw. So Goldberg wins that one. But then, like I said, Top Dollar wins the other one.
Gotcha. I see what you mean. Gotcha,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they cancel each other out. So
you could argue Top Dollar is dangerous for himself. And could hurt
and that
himself.
falls under body of work. Like,
And then you go in ring. If you strictly want to go in ring, worst wrestler. Goldberg had 2 moves. Top Dollar had 0 moves.
I honestly couldn't tell if I watched a Top Dollar match.
I couldn't tell you one thing Top Dollar does in the ring. Top Dollar was a fast forward for me, so it is tough to.
Man, this is a chat. Help us out. We are struggling in this matchup. I thought the last matchup was bad. This match is worse.
I think this is probably the hardest one all night.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I'm sitting here stunned. Like I'm still trying to figure it out, and I don't know.
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay, good.
I'm locking in Top Dollar.
Ah, man.
Everlast says he almost thinks Top Dollar.
So I was gonna write a rap about me now, and it's gonna suck.
And no one will watch it. No one will hear it.
Juice, I don't want to make you a tiebreaker if potentially, like, I don't know if I'm going with Goldberg or not.
Listen, man, follow your heart. Who you really think, if you really think Goldberg, say him. If you think Top Dollar, say
No, I'm
it.
saying I don't know.
Yeah, and that's fine.
All right.
I'm
trying to see what I feel. You know what it is? There's a lot of guys who weren't a draw. I don't know if he could go in the ring though or not because like I said, I fast forwarded a lot of his match, and unfortunately he would once Swerve left, that whole group kind of just wasn't the same, and I didn't really care about them as much.
Jay says Top Dollar, he's so bad WWE fired him twice.
That's
you know
true.
what? Fuck it. Top Dollar.
Oof. Top Dollar. Wow.
Yeah.
I really thought Goldberg was going to be in the finals, man. Like, damn, that's crazy.
I was really hoping for a Goldberg Ryback matchup, but we didn't get there.
That would have been the finals. Goldberg versus Ryback would have been finals if they got all the way. Matchup number 4, last matchup. Oh, hold on. Keverlast said, I hate to use this, but chances are if you ask a random person if they know Goldberg or Top Dollar, they'd probably know Goldberg. 3 times if you count him getting fired from that WWE Treasure Show on A&E.
Yes. Oh my God. You know what? I mean, I feel much better.
I was gonna say, Jay DeFalco, that literally just solidified. I feel so much better about Top Dollar getting fired 3 times. You're so right. 100% Top Dollar should have made it through. All right, last matchup of the Elite 8. We have Goldberg. I'm sorry. We have the Great Khali versus Viscera.
I'm going Khali.
I'm going Viscera. Oh, wow.
Khali.
All right. That was quick.
Yeah. Terrible.
All right.
Like, Viscera may have been huge, but he at least could move for his size the right way. Khali couldn't even walk, man. Oh, Khali.
Yeah, but Khali didn't hurt anyone. Khali didn't break anyone's face.
Khali hurt my brain every time I watched him walk down to the ring.
Taker probably deserved it, man.
Hey, that's blasphemous. How dare you? He
I
just
said
laid there.
probably.
Taker didn't even do anything. He just laid there. He just got his
You don't
face
know what happened
crushed
backstage
by a
beforehand.
fat ass leg. All right, semifinals, final four
Man.
matchup. First matchup: Giant Gonzalez versus Lars Sullivan.
Oof.
Y'all gonna call me crazy.
I-
I'm gonna say Lars.
Wow, I'm gonna say Giant. I got it. I can't get over the bodysuit. That every time I'm trying to think of a tiebreaker, I just look at the picture. I'm just like, I hate that outfit. And the more I look at it, I find another thing I hate about it.
My thing, like, I wasn't watching during that time, but I'm giving him benefit of the doubt of the time he was in. That, like, anybody really got over and got a reaction, and fans, like, were afraid of him and all that stuff. Like, everything, from what I've seen of his stuff, like, not much, but I've seen it. Like, at least he was, like, getting reactions, and just that's where I go. I'm not going to defend anybody at this point that's left, but
I'm just saying
yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna go at it. There's no reason to.
I'd like to note that the Giant Gonzalez match was not WrestleMania 10. That was WrestleMania 9. I'm just catching that now.
Ooh,
That is true.
he's right.
WrestleMania
Caesars.
9, yeah, it was the Caesars.
I've been watching the Mania, so I know that.
Well done.
So I really want a Giant Gonzalez versus Great Khali final match,
Hey, go with what you feel. I mean,
but I'm not. Spoiler alert: Khali ain't getting there.
Wow.
I'm gonna vote Lars here because I feel like Giant was such a flip of the radar. Like outside of that WrestleMania 9 match, I couldn't tell you anything else he's ever done.
Interesting. Lars Sullivan making it to our final. I did not see Lars Sullivan in the finals. I'm not gonna lie.
wow.
I didn't.
I mean, hey, that's the beauty of this, man.
Crazy. And
The beauty of this
semifinals
tournament.
number 2 to see who's facing Lars Sullivan in the final. We have the Great Khali versus Top Dollar. I'm going to start this off. This one actually is an easy one for me, surprisingly. I'm going to go with the Great Khali.
Wow.
I keep saying
Easy.
I keep saying it visually made me nervous watching him move. Like he was so stiff at all times. I don't understand how he could walk to the ring half the time. Like, he was scary.
He was very good before he signed with WWE. That's what Reddit user.
Yeah, that's what everyone says about every big man wrestler that comes over to WWE and then isn't good. Oh, he was great somewhere else. Was he though? Or was it just that promotion also wasn't that good, so he looked better compared to the other non-good ones? Like, come on.
Here's the thing, Danny. I voted for Top Dollar for Goldberg, so Top Dollar needs to win this fucking thing.
An argument against myself is that the Great Khali did have a great scene in The Longest Yard, which I really did love, and I loved him in the movie. So that might be an argument against him and for Top Dollar. I don't know. Just putting that out there.
So I've been quiet the last 2-3 minutes because I'm currently watching on YouTube Great Khali pre-WWE videos
Really?
to help justify myself and my vote that's upcoming.
And do you see anything of substance?
I mean, he just launched a dude like 3 rows back. Khali's hitting some lariats here in Japan. All right. Dropping him. He's doing the slams. Yeah, that's not his fault. A crazy bump right there. Okay, but he's getting back up.
We're doing a live watch along with Juice and only Juice for anyone.
Yeah,
who
Great
just
Khali's
joined
getting
us.
in the. Whoa! No fucking way! Oh, that's it. Top Dollar's my vote. Okay.
All right. Juice saw a good move from Great Khali. Top
What is
Dollar makes it.
He got the hot tag from somebody and jumped in the ring over the top rope.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's
All
all I
right.
need to see, man.
All right. I accept that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that means that our finals, which I honestly did not expect, I'm not going to lie, Top Dollar versus Lars Sullivan. I'm not mad about this. I expected Solo to be in here. I expected Goldberg. I really wanted Sheamus. Even Cena I expected. But Top Dollar versus Lars Sullivan. Interesting.
Well, I want the record to show you have the names on the wrong side of their brackets, but okay.
Yeah, that's just the way I was. It's all right.
No, it's not. It's wrong.
It's
okay.
fine. They're not
Whole
seated.
bracket's null and void. Congrats,
Yep.
Figment. It
If,
never
if you
existed.
haven't been noticing, I've been doing that throughout the whole night. So the fact that you just noticed now,
No, I've noticed. Trust
Okay.
me, I've noticed.
well, should have said something earlier. I would made sure I fixed it.
No, you wouldn't have. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, this is our finals, huh? Okay.
I'm telling you, I didn't expect this finals.
It doesn't feel like our finals. I feel like our finals was a couple rounds ago.
Yeah, we kind of these guys went through the ringer. I mean, we should Danny, read off really quick who each one beat, please.
All right, so Top Dollar. Hold on, let's see here. Let me go to the brackets here. All right, Top Dollar. Where are you on this side? Top Dollar beat David Otunga, Von Wagner, the
Okay.
Brooklyn Brawler,
Okay.
and then Goldberg.
That was an easy route.
That was an easy route except for Goldberg. I do agree with that. Whereas
Yeah.
we have Lars Sullivan. I'm just looking for Lars. Lars beat Dirty Dom Mysterio,
Ooh.
then Vampiro, then Omos,
Okay.
then Ryback,
Yeah.
and then in the semifinals right now, he just beat Giant Gonzalez. So arguably, Lars Sullivan did definitely have the harder road than Top Dollar.
Well, and also Top Dollar beat Viscera. You forgot that one.
In the semifinals, sorry, yes. In the semifinals, just beat Viscera. My apologies.
All right. Damn. Anybody feel strongly? I think Matt does.
Win the whole damn thing. Top Dollar.
Even though he had the easier road?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. You're the one who
Lars-
said it. I'm just asking. You said it, not me.
No, I mean it's
I
good
was
to
saying-
know. It's just fun, but it shouldn't factor into who wins.
Easier road, but the hardest overall match. Top Dollar won.
All right.
Okay.
If you
Danny, you
want
want
to
to
go
take this
that route.
home? You want to take this home, Danny? Or you want me to? What are we thinking?
I honestly, I don't know where to go. So if you have a thought, please go ahead. If you're going to save me, or if you're...
Listen, let me tell you something. Top Dollar got fired the amount of times it takes to lick it to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Keep that in mind.
You know, I'm gonna close the door on this thing,
What?
and I'm gonna give it a Top Dollar.
Hit
That's it.
the crowd applause.
Top Dollar is
Dollar.
our
Worst wrestler.
worst wrestler of all time. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I think we got it wrong. Top Dollar, really, of all time?
Who do you think then?
I don't know. I think it should have been Goldberg.
You should have voted for him.
I did.
Oh wait.
Oh boy. All right. So Top Dollar wins our worst wrestler of all time tournament. Let us know how you
Danny,
feel
think
in
of
the
it this
chat.
way.
What happened?
Take umbrage in Goldberg lost to the champ. So there you go.
Yeah.
Goldberg did lose
And
to the
you know
champ.
what? You know what, man? How many podcasts, how many shows do these stupid tournaments, and then they run it, and it's like, oh wow, Goldberg won. You know what? No one's out there really breaking the barriers and putting Top Dollar in that spot. So, you know what? 5-10 years from now, we'll be ahead of the game.
Hey.
So I'll take our victory.
In your defense and more what you're saying, we also our final four. I guarantee you, most people wouldn't have as their final four, which was Great Khali, Top Dollar, Giant Gonzalez, and Lars Sullivan. No
No, that's
Goldberg,
pretty
no
solid.
Cena, no Hogan in there. So like that's
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
that came down to seeding and matchup. You
No,
can't
I know
control
that, but I'm saying, well, also like think about it, though. Did it because we just had Top Dollar beat Goldberg? So
Who beat Hogan?
are we saying that
I
Top
mean-
Dollar wouldn't have beaten some of these big names along the way if he beat Goldberg? Like why would that have changed for any other name?
I mean, listen, this
So,
comes down to the opinions of three dudes,
interesting.
and
Yeah,
I
three
think we got it
smart
right.
dudes.
Yeah, I think we got it right.
You're right.
I mean,
I take it back. Fuck Top Dollar. He is the worst of all time. Good job,
listen,
gentlemen.
there's very few names in this bracket that we could have picked and gotten it wrong. So we were fine from the start.
That's
all
fair.
these
As
guys
long as
are
it wasn't
pretty-
like Michael Cole or something like that. I think we were
Yeah,
good.
we're good. I think we did it good. What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know down below. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on our Twitter handle. All that social media is down below in the link tree. Love to hear from you.
We really would. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another great
Yeah,
yeah, fuck them.
yeah. Flop dollar. Oh, got it.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
gonna tweet him. I'm gonna tweet him. Let him know.
thank you for another great episode. Thank you for all the comments and all the support. We really, really enjoy it. We hope you guys had a great time helping us choose Top Dollar as the worst male wrestler of all time, because we will be doing a worst female wrestler of all time tournament. No doubt about it. Maybe we'll do a worst tag team of all time. Let's see how all this goes. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
That'll happen.
But until then, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Hopefully we got all three of us again. It's always fun when we got all of us here. Have a great night, everybody.
Peace out, everyone. I get to do the intro next week for All In. Woo!
Never. Never, never.